So in the NFL, I guess every single year at this time, there are winter meetings. I guess that's what the MLB calls it. But the owners have met at this time for a long time. This year, they decided we're not going to do it. We'll just meet virtually. Yesterday, some group met. Today, the owners will meet. And this is when we start getting some news on maybe some adjustments that are taking place. Big adjustment that's about to take place. The NFL and the refs are about to have a new deal. In May, the NFL refs union's deal with the NFL is expiring. So the NFL, I believe, has been trying to negotiate a deal. If you listen to the source says from the NFL, because the last time we had to back up refs, it was embarrassing for the league. It was not good for anybody. It was chaos. But the last time we had those backup refs, whenever they were literally getting everything wrong, is it supposed to be on the left hash or the right hash? Who knows? Why are we reffing an NFL game? We're not supposed to be here. Oh, we're scabs. Yep, exactly. They would call catches wrong. They would call touchdowns wrong. The balls would be wrong. The whistles would be wrong. The timing of everything was wrong. The backup refs really put this refs union in a great spot. So whenever the backup refs cause full chaos on prime time with the non-touchdown touchdown thing to win the game.
Fail Mary, yep.
The Fail Mary. The NFL refs unions, at that point, knowing they had a lot of leverage, go to the NFL and say, you want us back or not? Here's what we need. We're not talking to any media afterwards. We're not allowed to be full-time. We're allowed to work other gigs if we want to. And after the season, you can't even talk to us until May. You want us to do training in the offseason? We don't need it. Okay, if you want to talk to us about a little accountability in the offseason, we don't need it. You don't talk to us until May. And in May, you tell us what you're expecting, what the new rules are, and then we'll move forward. So I like the fact that the NFL has come out through Troy Vincent, but the NFL as a whole has come out and been like, hey, we're trying to make this ref thing better. The refs union, though, they're not really listening to this entire thing, because the refs deal is very sweet, because they were able to negotiate this deal whenever the bad refs were the complete problem for the NFL. Bruce Arians has said on this show for multiple weeks and said the most powerful union in sports is the NFL refs union. They have no accountability. There's literally nothing expected of them, and that's written into the contract that they signed with the NFL. So now that it's up, I think we all see an opportunity to maybe kind of dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge our way to a better way. Because if you're going to be perfect as officials and not cause jobs to be lost or teams to lose games, then I think just expecting not to be talked to for 5-6 months in the offseason and not having to be full-time and not having to be work and not having to answer any questions, I think we would all be okay with it. But if you continue to just get very easy things wrong, ruin games, ruin careers, get people fired and stuff like that, there should be a little bit of an adjustment on getting better. And also, can we kickstart the player pipeline into becoming officials, just like they have the broadcast boot camp, the business boot camp. There's all these other boot camps that the NFLPA and the NFL put together. Why can we not put an officiating one in there? I'm sure there's enough refs out there that would like to commit full time to their gig, but also train and get better at their job while also understanding that you're part of the biggest league in the world. So if you mess something up, you might have to answer it. So we all want this to happen, but from what I've been told is the refs union, very strong. And I think it's going to be a very difficult thing to get that deal done with the NFL unless the refs want to. And everything we learned from the refs during the Fail Mary and the scab refs was they don't care. These people are going to do what they're going to do. So I think we're staring down a pretty big situation, but an opportunity for potential good change if there's an agreement to be able to be made.
And there's been some great change in college already. Like the biggest thing for me that I think of is the ref from the Georgia-Texas game, I want to say, and they ended up reviewing, 9 of 11 the calls that he made being wrong. And so what they did is they just, hey, you're suspended. Like, you're done for the year. 11 of the calls you made, 9 of them were incorrect. So it really would just be an accountability type thing, would be one just simple step. The other thing might be like, hey, we're at a point in technology now where we can kind of rely on it very heavily if they can figure out exactly how to do it. Like, clearly the Hawkeye technology, that still doesn't work because it's based on where the ball is placed. It has nothing to do
by the humans.
By the human. Yeah, like if they could figure that out maybe over the next few months, that might help as well. But accountability would just be the biggest thing.
Accountability would be great. Full time would be great, so we don't have to worry about them potentially taking pay. Not that they're not getting paid a lot and all this type of stuff, but just in the modern world that we're in, full time would be good. Year-round commitment would be good. Having a pool of refs that you could maybe substitute bad refs with, a development system, like it's all there already in the NFL with the players, with the coaches, with the systems that we have. Just apply it to the refs is kind of how I think we all are at the point of thinking. But from our understanding, from our source says in the NFL, that refs union, they know that they got everybody by, the thin hairs, and they will continue to act as such. So we got a few months until they got to renegotiate a deal, but let's hope it's for the better as opposed to the worse of ball like it was the last time this deal was up.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, like that, the pipeline is the way to do it because it seems like for the most part, we don't see very many new refs coming to the NFL. Like every once in a while, you'll see a guy who you haven't recognized before, but these guys stay in there for the longest time. And if they do have that kind of power, like this is a side gig for them. Why would you ever want, you know what I mean? Like but that's the simplest way to do it is let's get a pipeline of a bunch of people in there. So that way, if guys aren't any good, we have people who are ready and waiting.
And train them.
Exactly.
Watch film. You're required to watch film. You're required to train. You're required to attend this. Maybe, guess what? Maybe you guys even go do trust falls together at some
That'd be cool.
retreat, some getaway. I think the NFL should have its own team. Or the refs should have their own team and should be treated that way. Have your own facility, do the whole thing, because we're at the point where it matters the most. Hopefully they're able to get that done. That's coming out of this winter Zoom call meetings amongst the owners.